Boxing.
47. 47. Check. 45.
Five.
Get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Check.
Yeah, Liz.
56. Mike.
Move.
Right there. 56.
Done.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Throwing again. Rodgers. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
Back north.
56. Mike 56. Right.
Hey, Echo. Hey, where y'all going? Get up.
On third and long, it's Rodgers. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
26. Hey, Foxtrot.
You ain't got nothing. Jim. To Mike. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
On the 50. 27 Mike. Mike 27 again.
Here we go on fourth down with Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it.
Latavius Murray. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Latavius Murray taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Will Lutz on for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Mike's 47. He can't hang. He's not getting
30.
On second and very short, Rodgers. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
Well, it wasn't so much that it looked like the offense was threatening. They were. I mean, they had great field position, but how about the defense on that one? Huge stop on third down. It wasn't just a stop. Look at the loss of yardage, and it changes the play calling and the thought process for the offense now. Big-time play for the D, and now they have the advantage.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Single slot.
The final shot before half for Breeze. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Tight is right. Hey, we got 3 down.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical. Play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Breeze now. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down.
I think this is where we see how the game has moved along a little bit. Free safety, no blitz, but reads the play, has no responsibility in coverage, and takes a gamble and goes and gets the quarterback.
Well, is that a spot, though, where when he's coming, the quarterback needs to be able to find somebody or not necessarily?
Has to, because with that amount of time coming from the free safety position, someone should break open.
It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
That's a second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up fourth.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Box it, box it, box it, box it. Here we go, here we go.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Cameron Jordan, and the Saints will have the football back. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play. But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the third quarter. On 2nd and 7, Breeze out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Breeze. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Kevin King with a pick.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Let's go one more. Hey, alert three.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Back now at Lambeau. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4.
319.
Tight end right. 4 down. Check. 4 down.
Check right.
Check 99.
Right left.
Check 49. Check
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over them. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Yellow lady.
So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction. It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. They'll get 5 on the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a third down. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. Now Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 11.
That's going to be a long day. Check. Fresno.
They begin the drive with Williams. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, Steve.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Get 300. Get 300. Hey, Charlie.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Eli Apple, good to the core there as he gets in and knocks it away. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times, nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Kenny Clark able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. To throw is Breeze. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Now Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Give the sack to Blake Martinez.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
And an alley to run. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Breeze. Kenny Clark able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. That good for 22 and a 1st down. What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that 2nd level and 3rd, and that's what they were able to exploit. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he's got this down to the 35. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
Tackle made by Montrevious Adams. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
12 yards there and a 1st down. Part of the reason we're in overtime, all the interceptions he's thrown in this game, but that was a good throw right there.
Hey, he's really not daunted, is he, partner? I mean, it's been interception palooza for him, and he's still pushing it downfield, trying to make a play, and he was successful on that throw.
It's a pickup of 12. 2nd play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And Lutz puts this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Let's get off the field.
Here we go. 58.
First throw of overtime for Rodgers. And left side here, it's Graham. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Go to 50.
Now Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. And play will be stopped here with 10 seconds remaining in overtime as they've called a timeout. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams.
Out of bounds at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Rodgers to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
The Packers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Rodgers.
Rodgers' pass, intended for Geronimo Allison, incomplete. Results in a 4th
Now here's your ball game, down 3 in overtime, but they're going for this thing on 4th down.
47. 47.
Hey, wahoo! You don't see me in your... Hey, flag! Jump out!
Switch gears.
Hey, exit.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. Open on the left side, this is Valdez-Scantling.
Let's go, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rocking over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, the pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.